Hey guys, I'm Doug from Two Rebels Off Grid, and my better half is off visiting the relatives for another 7 days or so. So it's just me in this video. If you are new to this channel, we're an off-grid sort, a homesteading bunch, and we have just recently moved onto our property, and we have a lot of things to get going, get started before we can actually work on the homestead itself. We need to set up this little area here. We need to do things like get our generator going. We gotta keep finishing that fence. I guess this video is just going to be kind of a little different than the rest. We're going to show you the daily life of an off-gridder homesteader. Hope you enjoy it. Good morning, y'all. So, it's like day 3, Keri's been gone. I just woke up this morning to this beautiful sunshine. It can be intense this early in the morning though. I'm trying to have my coffee out front. So, Keri had ordered this. It's like a mosquito net sun awning basically. And I put this thing up yesterday, and it is serving us very well. Keeping the flies out, keeping the insects. It's amazing how many different types of insects are hanging around here. You just see them sitting on the screen wanting to come in and suck my blood. Yeah, yesterday, I didn't film anything yesterday, but I did get a few things done. I put up this sunscreen, and let me just go ahead and show you from the inside. It connects to that awning there, and I am fully enclosed in shade and mosquito netting, and the rebels are loving it. They can come out here, sit down. I can leave the front door open to the trailer without having to put the screen up, and it's just pretty decent. So I was gonna show you how I had set this up. I was actually gonna make a video about putting this thing together, but my phone's been dead. I've been having real issues charging things here. I don't know if it's the cable I have to my phone. I've been just having issues getting it together. I think it's the cable maybe that I have here. But you can see I installed this thing here yesterday, and it's making the world of difference. I can actually sit out, look at the stars, and not be attacked. But yeah, so I put that up. That took me a couple hours to put up. I definitely recommend one of those if you guys are out here, at least a screen room of some kind. And the other thing, I had to run into town. I went down to our storage unit, picked up my small generator. I've got a couple generators, one's pretty big. And I got this little Predator, and I wanted to try it out. It's an inverter charger, but I can charge my tools on this thing. It's just your typical generator, but it actually isn't that loud. I was expecting it to be way more louder, but I had to run into town to get me a grounding rod, and I had to get some number 6 AWG grounding cable for this generator. Who would have thought you needed to ground these things? But it said right there in the instructions to ground this baby, and it voids all warranty if you don't ground it. The other thing that I may want to look in at the future is they sell a kit for altitude. Anything over 3,000 feet in elevation, you're supposed to install a carburetor kit on this. But you know, I started this up and nothing sounded funky. It actually sounded really smooth, nice and quiet. No hiccups or anything like that. So I'm not really even certain if I'm gonna need to install that kit. It's recommended by the manufacturer to install the high altitude elevation carburetor kit for this thing. So If that concerns you guys and you got one of these, maybe you should get one too. The other thing I picked up in storage was our solar generator, and I'm thinking about hooking that up today. We're gonna hook it up. It's in the back of my car right now, being pretty useless, but I'm going to attempt to hook that up. It is a quieter generator, so I'm thinking of using that to power our Starlink and our internet. So we'll have some internet out here and maybe some TV luxuries, you know, can watch some television, YouTube, you know, all that good stuff. Right now I'm limited to watching it on my phone, but until I got this generator all hooked up, I was running out of battery constantly, so I wasn't able to film for you guys. But I also wanted to show you something. Some of you have been maybe noticing this little white trench I got going around here. I put in this trench. It's not very deep. I plan on making it a little bit deeper, but it serves two purposes. One is water runoff, so any water that comes down here will get caught up in this little swale and divert the water away from the camping area. And the second purpose of this little trench is it contains my diatomaceous earth, which, if you know, comes from glacial rock beds, and it is a mix of, it's basically micro glass to the bugs. So any insect with an ectoskeleton will try to cross this diatomaceous earth, and the fragments of the diatomaceous earth actually get stuck in their little hard shells, those little insect body shells, and essentially gets lodged in their shells, their ectoskeleton, and dehydrates them. So they end up losing all their liquid and they die. So yes, I'm an insect slayer. One more thing that I did yesterday, and that was basically just working around this campsite here, you know. I got this stuff called Radaway, and you mix it up, you put it in a spray bottle, and it's got stuff in it like mint, cayenne, and stuff like that. Stuff that the rats allegedly don't like to eat. And I went around and I sprayed under my trailer. I sprayed the entire engine block, and underneath my engine block of my FJ Cruiser, I actually sprayed the generator. I sprayed anything that I want to keep, actually. That I don't want to be seen being eaten by the pack rats. So I did those 4 things. I may have done a few other small things that I can't think of right now. But today we're going to install that solar panel system, that solar generator system, hopefully. And I might just temporarily set up the panels until I run back to town and get some lumber to make a temporary mount for those panels. But like I said, between this small generator that I have and the solar generator, we should be all right, because this weekend's supposed to get really hot, like in 97 or something like that. And I already tried this small Predator inverter. I actually ran my air conditioning in the trailer. That was a good surprise to see. And it didn't seem like it taxed the generator at all. But we will see. I'm going to get out there because I've been hearing those cows moaning all morning, and last night they were really close, maybe a couple 100 yards away. And I think that maybe the rancher has released them into this pasture, and so I'm expecting to see them moseying up here eventually in the next few days. They just seem to be getting closer and closer. And I just want to get that fence. I won't get it all done today, but I'm going to put down the bottom 2 rows. I've already strung the top 3, and I'm going to go down a few 100 yards with the wire and install that. And I'm figuring that the fence will be put in place far enough down the property line that they're going to have to literally walk all the way down there to get around the fence and come on down here and see what, because I believe that they're very curious. They'll be down here eventually. But I'm going to do that, get the solar panel hooked up, and maybe a few other things. The hardest part for homesteading for me is the motivation. It's getting up in the morning, having that coffee, and going through my mind all those things that I need to get done. And some things are obvious, some things are not. But I try to categorize the things that I can do that will cost me as little money as possible. Try to knock those freebies out of the way. Stuff like the fencing and that, which needs to get done, but all the supplies are bought. We have everything we need for this fence. So it's just a matter of me getting my butt motivated, and sometimes it's hard to get motivated, and sometimes it's not hard at all. The heat and the bugs down here are a serious issue, and it is one of the things that make me want to just sit around the trailer and do very little. But I do pray, and I do get my motivation, my inspiration from God, of course, and usually he gets me off my butt. So today I got out there, I got working on the fence. I only put up 2 rows of the barbed wire, but that finishes this first section. It's about 500 feet long, but I believe it'll keep the cows and that bull and maybe the javelina, it'll keep all them from coming directly at us, you know, or on our flank, because we have 3 sides now that is done with the fencing. The 4th side is done about a 5th, and that's the side that we're gonna have all that deer pressure and all that the cow pressure of them wanting to come in here, because they see all this stuff. They see our cisterns, all these blue tarps and things that just attract them, you know. So getting this fence done is very important. I'm not going to get it done in one stoop, and I found that I actually work better if I do a little bit of this and then I move on to something else and do a little bit of that, and that way I get a bunch of projects kind of coming together at the end at the same time. When I was done doing the fence, I decided to, Keri kind of texted me and she goes, you know, it's going to get really hot this weekend. So it was a motivation to go down to our storage unit where we have some of our more higher end stuff that we just don't want it to keep around here. It's nice and secure where it's at and everything. So I went down there, I got our solar generator, which is 1,000, it's 1,500 watts, but it runs max, I think, at 1,000 or something like that. But it's made for small items like a coffee pot or I'm hoping it works with our Starlink. The solar generator hooked up is really important too. So I got 2 things out of the box and I got them functioning now. The solar generator, we're going to do a separate video on that by itself, just kind of like a review video about it, because it's kind of neat. But it's not that beefy, but it's nice and quiet, so it's something you can charge it up and keep it in, like on your kitchen table, and plug in your laptop or something basic like that, and it's quiet. It's not intrusive at all. So got that hooked up, and then I proceeded to get a lot more of my tractor work done. I've been hauling sand from the wash up to the top and putting it on my rock pyre up there. And while I'm up there, I'm taking rocks and I'm bringing them down to fill cairns. So I'm getting 2 jobs both ways. So I'm not wasting gas that way, you know. So this video is going to kind of be a short one. I was told to make it short. And I won't rant. At least not in this video. I'm gonna use some self-restraint. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you subscribe if you're not subscribed already, or if you like this video, or you really want to put a comment down there in the description, that would be awesome. Keri will get back to your comment as soon as she can get to that video and read the comments, and then she's really good about replying to those. If you want to specify a question to me, just put my name in there in the description, say Doug, and your question or your remark or whatever, and I will personally comment on that. Like I said, this video is going to be short. We're going to probably be doing either something with a tractor for the next video, I imagine. I have a lot to do with that thing. Yeah, and I like playing around on it. You don't get that dirty, and it's all good. All right, guys, we'll see you later.